Hello, guys, and we are back again on Talk Football Live. I've got the usual ABC crew, and as you've been seeing the past couple of weeks, DJ Roy and Yoni are also here with us. Today, we're going to be talking about transfers, the major transfers in the news. But before we get into that, for you guys who have been, sticking with us all these weeks, we really appreciate it. Please remember to like. For those of you who are new here, please click that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Let's know you're here with us. All right, you guys ready?
Yes, player.
All right. So we'll kick it off. There are three Arsenal fans on here. So naturally, Arsenal's been in the news at the moment with some interesting signings. I think for Arsenal fans, the recent summers are a new experience for us. For those of us who have been Arsenal fans for a long time, we're used to, having one, maybe I don't even recall having like two major signings in the summer, but these summers we're having, significant signings every summer, and this summer is proving to be a very interesting one. So let's dive right into it.
Like a
I'll
kid
start
in the
with the
candy store, Abby.
what's that? Yeah, it's like
Like a kid in the
oh god.
candy store.
Who are we getting next? Who are we getting next?
Now you see how Chelsea fans feel, right?
Nicholas Jackson will be next. Nicholas Jackson.
All right, let's continue.
Who is that a player?
Understand
Let,
that.
let's continue.
We'll actually come to that, but let's talk about what's come in at the moment. So we'll kick it off with Arsenal. Kepa has been signed from Chelsea. Um, Let me see here. I
Good
think
guy.
somehow
Good guy.
we've
Take
lost
care of him, okay?
we've lost Biodun from our view here. So let me just modify this.
Yeah, I mean,
and get
I,
it
I
together.
should be on. You can take one of the Chelsea boys out. I mean,
Yeah, we got it sorted. Okay.
yeah.
So Kepa's coming confirmed from Chelsea. We've signed Zubimendi, even though that one went on for a long time. It was confirmed in February. Then maybe Real Madrid was coming in. Then well, he's here. Norgard is here, quickly signing as a replacement because I think we lost both Partey and Jorginho this summer, so they needed an experienced head to come in. And then also Chelsea has sent us someone else in Noni Madueke. We'll get to that too because that one is a bit controversial. So maybe let's start there. Let's start with Madueke. Chelsea fans, how are you guys feeling? Because in the group chats, you guys seem happy that he's left. Is that true or?
Did we all seem happy?
Well, Charles, you give us your opinion.
Well, you already know my opinion. I never wanted Madueke to leave. I don't understand why you Arsenal fans had an issue with signing Madueke. But hey, to each his own. The thing is, Madueke is a young footballer. You understand? And these young guys, they are new. I mean, they are making millions. Some are not as humble as they should be, or we all think they should be. Madueke seems to be a very, very pompous guy. That's what we Chelsea fans have seen, and that's what that keeps getting under the skin of a lot of Chelsea fans. Me personally, I don't care how you act, how you flaunt, how you do your swagger. Just play ball and perform. And in my opinion, he's been doing it for the past 2 seasons. Yeah, once in a while we hear rumors that he had an issue with the coach, blah, blah, blah. That happens all the time. When this guy plays, last season we literally had 3 surviving wingers. It was Sancho on loan from Man U, Madueke and Neto. There was really nobody else. Yeah, once in a while Tariq George came in, but Madueke and Neto were our real starters. You understand? So for Chelsea fans to be celebrating Madueke's exits, I really didn't understand it. Like, this guy is just 23 or 24. I don't remember how old he is. There's still a lot of room for him to grow. So I personally never wanted him gone. I've said it over and over again because I think he has the skills, he has the raw talent, the ego. And at some point, the defense was, he doesn't come back, he's on a backtrack to defend. That changed at the end of the season. He stepped up. Now, he wasn't the best at defending, but he puts in the effort after a few benchings here and there. So I didn't think Madueke should have gone. But after I left, João Pedro is in, who can play on the wing also. We have Gittins, we still have the Tariq George boy. And we're hearing rumors of
Is Gittins confirmed now?
Who?
Gittins. You said you guys have Gittins. There's been no Gittins confirmed.
Gittins was confirmed before they even let Madueke.
Yes.
Okay.
Not really before. It was rumored before he left.
He's confirmed. Move on.
Confirmed. So Gittins is there. We have Neto. Pedro can play on the wings. Palmer can play on the wings. We are getting Xavi Simons. So the thing is, the people coming in, I'm happy. I'm okay with Madueke leaving, but we also have Estavo coming from
Esteval.
Estaval, whichever way you pronounce his name, Estaval. So we do have options, and I think that's the reason why Madueke was so keen on leaving, because the challenge would have been too much. That's what I think the reason is. But the point is, I'm trying to make is, Madueke is an established Chelsea player. You guys are pushing him out. The fans are commenting, "Oh, Madueke go," and Arsenal fans didn't want him. The whole back and forth. I'm speaking for Chelsea fans now. Why did we want him out so much when he's an established footballer? We're not even sure how Esteval is going to perform. We're not sure how Gittins is going to perform. We're not sure how Xavi Simons is going to perform. We already know how what Madueke brings to the table. And in my opinion, he's had some game-changing performances last season. He did. So in past seasons, actually. So the point is, I don't understand why people wanted Madueke out so much when the people coming in are not even confirmed to perform yet. That was my take. I wanted Madueke to stay. He's gone. Okay, we'll see what happens with the new guys. But to cut long story short, I was one of those futures fans that wanted him to stay. A lot of people had issues with his ego, whatever. I don't care. Just play ball. And he played ball. So I don't know what else you guys want.
Yanni Biodun, how do you feel about the signing? Are you happy?
I mean, I can go, but I was thinking Bola. So I know the Chelsea fan has been a split, and we actually have a good split here. So
Yeah,
doesn't want to leave. Bola wanted him out. So maybe we should hear from Bola why.
did you
Well,
right? 30 seconds.
Well, for me, I wanted him out because I personally, I mean, yes, he's had some game changing moments, but for the most part, when you need him to kind of like, make things happen, he has the skill and the know-how to dribble and create chance and score. But it's that scoring aspect for me that I don't see, right? And on the other part of it is the coach. If the coach is so willing for him to go, then there's something there in the locker room. And Maresca is a locker room guy, right? So he's probably seeing that maybe Nani is not the best fit in the locker room. And that's my take.
Interesting.
Can I say something real quick?
No, we'll come back to you. Yanni Biodun.
Okay.
I think I should give Yonan the floor because what I'm about to say might sound like a joke, but it's actually what I believe. So I'll probably let Johnny lead with a very,
Yanni, go ahead, because we have a lot to cover, guys. So let's keep moving. Yanni, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So my attitude about Noni is, as long as he is a backup for Saka, we would have actually upgraded that position.
Yep.
Because we last year what we had was Sterling, and now
Waneri? Did you have a Waneri?
No, Waneri came later on.
Waneri, yeah.
But Waneri is going to play more as a number 10 backup to Odegaard this year, which is his position.
That's
actually not his position. So when I consider it from that perspective, I'm happy with that acquisition. My concern is because of how expensive it was, and that's the market, I understand it, that it might be blocking us, and we'll see how this transpires by the end of the transfer market. It might block us from actually getting a proper left winger, which I think we need this summer. We need to upgrade on Martinelli and Trossard in that position. So if by the end of the transfer window we get someone like Eze or somebody who is like a good high-level upgrade for that left wing position, then Noni's acquisition would have been a very good upgrade. Because we've been asking for backup for Saka for a while.
Yeah.
And Waneri just got shoot into that, even though that's not his position. So now we have a backup.
Yeah. So I agree with Yanni. I don't want us to forget the point that the Chelsea fans have made, including DJ Roi. I don't know how his ego will play out. Madueke, I hope he manages it. I don't know if he's comfortable being a backup to Saka. Remember, they are both national team players. Just think about it as an individual, right? In your mind, you feel like, okay, I'm as good as this guy, or maybe I'm better. And why should I be a bench player? Why should I be a backup to Saka? I don't know if he's feeling that way. If he's feeling that way, then we have a problem, right? then it's going to have the same issue here at Chelsea, wanting to start, wanting to play, and coming here. The other piece I was going to say earlier is I actually think he made a good decision for himself. He knows Chelsea better than us, the outsiders, right? He knew that Chelsea don't care about anybody. They care about their business. All they do is buy people all around the world and put them somewhere and use them. Because they won 2 trophies, which I think it's an easier competitions. I'm not trying to dilute or disrespect them, but those competitions are not as tough as the EPL that they just finished it. We go again this season. I want them to actually come and prove themselves in EPL, which I think is a tougher competition because it's more games, right? So we see the stretch. All they do is buy players and buy young boys and enslave them in contract like 8, 9, 10 years, them all around, right? Noni already saw that. He saw what's happening inside that. He saw the terrible business dealings. He saw how they don't care about players and their development. And if you want to stay, that's why I said I will go last, right? So Noni knows what's going on. And that's why he left, because he knew there was no future for him. So we'll see.
Okay. I personally, my impression is, I think it was a factor of when he came in. I think if we had signed Gyökeres first, and like Yoni's saying, maybe if we had gotten, let's say, an Eze in or Rodrigo in, and then we signed Madueke, I think Arsenal fans would be like, oh, okay, yeah, like we got backup for Saka, we have more options in the winger role. I think the fact that he was being signed before we had even confirmed Gyökeres, right? So fans were thinking, oh, because I think it's a historical thing for Arsenal fans, right? When you're not used to being in the middle of plenty, right? We're used to 1 or 2 signings coming in, so we'd signed Kepa, we'd signed Zubimendi, which were good deals, right? We didn't spend a lot of money on Kepa, it was just a 5 million. But we brought in Zubimendi, we brought in Norgard, and Arsenal fans are going, wait a minute, we've signed three players this summer, and now you're telling me we're splashing for us big money on this guy. Is like, whoa, wait, are we still getting any more big name signings? So I think it's a consequence of that maybe led to abuse for some fans. I'm actually excited to see what he brings.
Yeah.
I'm again, historically, we've not had options. Like, we've been crying for a backup for Saka, someone else who is a reliable quality winger, someone who can drive our players. We haven't really had any options beyond Saka and Martinelli. That's been it, right? We brought Trossard in, but Trossard is not a traditional winger. If we think of the terms of someone taking on their man, bidding him down the line, putting a cross in, Trossard is not really that kind of player. So to bring Madueke in, for me, I feel like it's good. We have another option, someone who can do that. If there is an injury, if you want to move players around, say Saka goes to left wing, or I've heard rumors about Madueke potentially being retrained or playing as a left winger, we have options. So that's good.
He's played there for Chelsea.
He's played there for Chelsea a few times.
But it's
not been as effective. He's better as a right winger, but yeah, there it is. And then for the last signing for Arsenal, the Gyökeres news broke today. It's been confirmed. Documents have been exchanged. It's all signed. The medical is to be booked. Everybody's now saying, oh, this has to be the season. Thank you. This has to be the season that Arsenal wins trophies. Arteta has no more excuse, blah, blah, blah. How do you guys feel about that? Yoni, give me your take. What do you feel about the fact that everyone is saying this is Arteta's season? I was watching a Talk Sport interview earlier today, and they said, he's already saying that there is 7 or 8 teams that can potentially win the league. He's lining up excuses. What is your take on that?
Sometimes the punditry, man, they can be annoying. I feel like they just say things just to say things. Even when City was dominant for the last several years, every year Pep would always say there are 5 teams that can contest, and everybody knew, like, that's not even, they have to say that. You can't, at the beginning of the season, he's not going to say it's just going to be us and 2 or 3 other teams. Why would he say that? That would be asking for war from the rest of the league. So he's just being diplomatic, and that's that, and people should have treated it as such and nothing more. But going back to Gyökeres, since the last time we actually brought in a proper striker was Aubameyang. So This we have needed a proper number nine for the last 3 years at least. Um, and Havertz was put into that number nine position, but let's be real, he was not brought into play as a nine. He was brought into play where Rice is playing right now. It just didn't work out. And so, because he's a good player overall, he was pushed into the number nine. He's done all right, but he's not a proper number nine. We always create chances. We always cross balls into the box, and I'm not talking about just set piece type crosses, just
I think
on.
that's where he broke through at what was he,
Huh?
Leverkusen? I think that's where he broke through at Leverkusen was as a nine. I think he scored 17 goals that season, and then
You mean
Chelsea
Havertz?
signed
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Havertz, yeah.
yeah, yeah. When he was at different leagues, but once he came to Chelsea, they've tried him at nine, false nine. It didn't really work out there. In fact, some of his best seasons or best performances were with the Arsenal shirt. Until he got injured, he was playing well.
Yeah, yeah.
But as a number nine, he's not it for what Arsenal needs to do to cross that line to get into title actually winning teams. And so I think Gyökeres actually does change that dynamic, and not just because he will score goals, but because of his impact overall in that attacking line. We've seen how many times every time Arsenal goes on the attack is always through Saka, and teams have learned that over the last couple of seasons. They double up on him, sometimes triple up on him, and he still managed to score goals. But we've become so one-dimensional, and there's no plan B, and it's just so predictable. With Gyökeres, now they have to think, they have to defend for him, which allows Saka some room, which allows Odegaard some room. So it has a ripple effect, not just in what he does, but the rest of the attacking lineup as well. So I'm really excited. Is it a must win type of season? In a way, yes. Is I don't believe in this thing like unless he wins, then we have to fire him if he doesn't win this year, because only one team can actually win the title, and all the contenders have really beefed up their squad this season. So it's going to be hard, but I still expect us. I think we are going to be one of the favorites, and he should feel good about the squad he has right now. It's a very solid squad from top to the bottom.
I agree. I agree. I think all positions are covered.
Yeah.
All right. Let's now take a look at Chelsea. Because I think Chelsea are currently in the market as well. They've already signed some players. We've seen some of those players in the Club World Cup, right? We saw Joao Pedro showing us apparently what a real nine. And I'm questioning whether Joao Pedro is a real nine, but that's where he seems to have been brought in for Chelsea. And he did well there. And you guys are still in the market to sign a few more players. You know, there's been talks about personal terms being agreed for Travis Simons, and Gerald Hattel from Ajax is also being brought in.
Yep.
So let's talk about Chelsea's transfer dealings. I have a theory about why you guys buy so many players, but I want to hear what you guys think. DJ Roy, give us your perspective.
Sure.
Why do there seem to be so many ins and outs from Chelsea?
Money laundering. Oh,
Slavery, car traffic.
Yeah, that could be 1 point. But yeah, right, go ahead.
I mean, I personally think, I mean, the ownership, I mean, they've had this, you know, I mean, when they first came in and they started signing players, Chelsea players, everyone was like, why are they signing players? But I listened to one of his press conference, Todd Bowley. So the intent is to acquire these six players as assets, right? The intent is to acquire the best of the best assets, players, right? Regardless of whether they need it or not. And the intent is, number one intent is to at least sell later on, right?
For profits.
Now, insert Enzo Maresca, right? Who likes to who is a heavy his style of play requires a lot of energy and players that can come in and fit in right, and not sub players that can just come in and fill in a couple of minutes, because he likes to rotate, right? The squad depth is needed, right? Plus, we're now in a lot of competitions, right? So I think the goal is to be able to field in at least two strong teams and basically do a heavy rotation,
Yeah.
which I think that's a good. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? And you all can see it. We buy players, we sell them for profit when we don't need them anymore.
But are you really going to be able to do that to rotate? So last season, you guys were no doubt a weaker competition, and so you could afford to play very team B players in the conference
Right?
league. You're now in the Champions League. You're not going to be able to drop the quality when you go from between those two
Okay,
competitions.
well, let me. So you're focused on EPL and Champions League.
Uh,
You,
Correct,
you
because
have
that's what
FA
you're
Cup.
playing this season.
Well,
Okay,
well, we have FA Cup, we have Carabao Cup, right?
right, right.
So yeah, so the strongest team will play EPL and FA Cup, right? And he can do his heavy rotation on the other cups. And if we get out of those
Champions
other
League.
cups,
You mean Champions League?
Champions League.
time will tell. Okay,
Okay.
time will tell. But I think
Okay.
we have a strong squad to go further in both.
How many players can you register in a season?
Why are you asking me questions? I'm gonna ask
No,
Ateta.
no, no. I'm just trying to break the maths down for you, right? Even if you have
Biodun, don't worry about the math. The
So
point,
you forget that we can register a set of players for the first stage, and then switch it up when we get into the knockout stage, right?
But you can only you have a
Chelsea
limited
always
number
find
of players that
loopholes
Yeah,
can
but
come in.
rules.
yeah, but
Yeah.
exactly. So that's where having those strong pieces to be able to
Okay.
switch comes into play.
so let me just buttress Roy's point a little bit.
Yeah.
Roy made a comment earlier. Todd Bowley sees players as assets. As bad as that sounds,
That's why Noni left.
that's what it is. It's like someone with a big real estate portfolio. You buy 10
Yes.
houses, they improve in value, you sell 2, you buy 3 more with the extra money you've made, and you keep flipping. And while you are flipping, you are also making profits because you are renting them out. Renting them out in the sense of you are winning trophies with them. Jackson has been with us for 2 years, going on 3 or so. If he goes, we go for higher money. Same way with Noni came, Noni's gone. Noni came from academy or wherever, he's gone, brought in some money. That's the process on the surface level. Now, you made a statement earlier about we were in a weaker competition last season with Conference League. Now we're in the Champions League.
Yep.
Conference League, clearly we fielded strong team in EPL, weaker team in Conference League.
Right.
The plan this year is to have 2 strong teams, or at least 1.5 of strong teams. Because if right now our strikers are still Jackson, Delap, and João Pedro,
Yeah.
or we can arguably say they are all belonging to a strong team because
No,
Jackson was a starter.
Chelsea never rated Jackson. Are you sorry?
I never.
Exactly. So,
Well,
but you're
he's
rating
a
him now.
starter.
Let me land.
Okay.
The point is, we can say Jackson, João Pedro, and Delap are all belonging to a strong team, and here's why: Jackson was our starter in the past 3 years or 2 years, so that's a strong team automatically. That's a strong team candidate. Delap, we all know, is a classic 9, better at finishing than Jackson, and we all know what João Pedro brings. Those are all strong players. So whoever is going to play in Champions League, whoever is going to play in the EPL, those are all strong players. Now, bringing Xavi Simons in, we don't know where he's going to play, but he's going to be arguably on a strong level. Same way we've gotten Gittins, we've gotten Estavo is coming in. This year, the point is, whichever team is going to be flipping between Champions League and EPL are going to be considered both strong. That's what they're going for. You get? Yeah.
Okay.
Hence
One
the big squad.
advantage that I see actually is, and I think that's something that has helped Chelsea one in your Club World Cup win, your run to top 4 last season and the Conference League, is it makes it harder for teams to figure out what the coach is going to set up to do. That's one major advantage that I see. Because, for example, right, with Arsenal, where Saka is going to be on the right where he's fit, and you can have a plan to deal with Saka. With Chelsea, it's a bit harder to determine that. And that's one major thing that I see. Because, for example, no one saw João Pedro coming in at the start of the Club World Cup being the striker for Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
And they made that acquisition, they registered him, brought him in, and all of a sudden
And
he's scoring goals.
not only brought him in and have confidence in him to start.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yanni, Biodun, anything to add on Chelsea? One thing you did one thing I wanted to touch on. You did bring up Jackson, right? And I wanted to bring that up because I saw he's been offered to clubs, but the fee that I saw him being offered as is 80 to 100 million. Is Nicholas Jackson really an 80 to 100 million euro player?
Is okay? Let me counter you. Is
No.
Ekitike? How much was Ekitike bought for?
Ekitike was bought for 80 million, 10 million in easy add-ons, 5 in hard.
Yeah,
95.
To achieve.
Is he a 95 million player? He's not.
Ekitike is 23. How old is Jackson?
24.
In here?
No.
That's the same age. About the same age.
They're the same age. Jackson has way more EPL experience. So the point is, Chelsea said that number right after Ekitike's sale was done, and that's their reference point. If Liverpool can pay that much for Ekitike, who lacks EPL experience, who only scored 12 goals last season, surely we can get that amount for Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was it.
I personally don't think Ekitike is worth that money.
No, we all know it's not, Yoni, but that's the point. If you can go for that amount, then Jackson should be able to.
Why not Jackson?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I've seen. I think it's kind of like Madueke as well, right? I've seen the potential of what Ekitike can do. If you see the kind of runs he makes, if you see his physical capability, if you see the kind of goals he has scored when he has scored.
Him do it in the EPL.
That's not the point. The capacity is there, right? And I think we've seen the same thing for Madueke. So whether you like Madueke or not, I think there's an upper ceiling to Madueke. The difference with Jackson, though, is we've seen Jackson in the EPL, and we've seen his ceiling. I don't think does anyone here believe there is an improvement like Jackson still?
Yeah, he has room to improve. He's finishing.
No, he doesn't.
He has room. What, Charles, same argument you had for Noni, right? Jackson has the room to improve his finishing. Whether he's going to be disciplined enough and level-headed enough to do that is the question. And that was the question I had for Noni too.
With no challenge. If you watch, there are a couple of videos that were shared in our Chelsea group chat today. Jackson shooting with no challenge, no opposition, no. Jackson, I don't think Jackson has room to improve. I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, I think Jackson has so many things he offers, and he can offer a team that buys him. Goal scoring is not one of them. Now, the point is this. A player that has played 2 full seasons as the main striker, and in those 2 full seasons, he was able to carry that, quote-unquote, carry that team to Champions League, win Conference League. These are things you use to market him. Doesn't mean it's good enough. Doesn't mean he'll get better. But the point is, he played. He was a starter on that team, and the team got results. So, Jackson playing the EPL for 2 seasons, the team getting results, compared to Ekitike playing and scoring just 12 goals in a foreign season, which is considered weaker. They are both not the price tag, but you can't tell me someone buys Ekitike for 95 and you tell me Jackson at 80 is a problem. That's what Chelsea is using.
The question though is, will any team buy him?
I was going to ask.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't see it happening.
I don't see anybody paying that much for him because
it may not be an EPL team, but a team will pay for it.
Nah, not
80
that
million?
much. Why?
There are very few teams that can afford that.
Outside of PL?
Outside of EPL, there are very few teams that can. PSG is not going to pay that.
Why would they pay?
I think Bayern asked about Jackson, or was the AC Milan? Sorry, AC Milan asked about Jackson.
AC Milan doesn't have
not going to pay.
They don't have that kind of money.
AC Milan is not going to pay that money.
Yeah.
So I believe a team. It just takes one team. I think there's a team somewhere that will buy.
Charles, the truth is, I think Chelsea is happy to keep Nico if he was willing to stay.
But you think it's enough for Jackson? Someone will pay that? I think it's possible. It's ridiculous, I know, but I think it's possible. I don't think
I mean, they set the price doesn't mean they have to sell him, right? So I think
I know. I'm just saying it's not impossible for someone to come and pay.
I personally think Nico should stay.
Is it likely?
He's gonna get his chance to do something.
That segues us into Liverpool because you brought up Ekitike in response to my Jackson question. Biodun, give me your take on Liverpool's dealings this summer, right? This is a team that won the league last season, and then they've gone and spent probably £200 million this summer again.
So
what do you make of their transfer dealings and what they're trying to do going into the season?
I think I picked them as the favorites. Like I said, I
For the
want to
league?
wait for I want to wait for the preseason to be over so that we can have our prediction. Last season, I told you guys after the preseason
Yep.
that I'm picking Liverpool to win the league, and they did.
Yeah.
Because I saw after that Liverpool Arsenal friendly game, I said it. So I'm gonna wait, and I will let you know. But before then, I still think Liverpool is the favorite to win this league. And I'm also saying that to take pressure off Arsenal. And I want to tell all the Arsenal fans, do not let anyone jinx you or put pressure on any kind of expectation on you. We got to resist that expectation. They used to talk trash on us before Eucharist. God, here we go. Now it's like you have to win everything, including African Cup of Nations, World Cup. Tell them to keep their mouth shut. The pressure is not on us. This is the best. Let's not forget, Arteta came into the club, rebuilding the team, playing with raw materials, like really, really raw materials. And now he's at the point where he's stacking up the team. That expectation should be managed. He has the opportunity that even Wenger did not have after the Invisibles to stack the team. So we expect better results. Whether those results will translate into trophies, I hope so. I think it's high time we start seeing trophies.
Oh, yeah, answer the question. This is Liverpool we're talking about.
Liverpool still remain the favorites. Put the pressure on Liverpool. And I say that because 150 million for Florian Wirtz is too much. I didn't know Liverpool is this crazy. And now I can confirm and tell you that they are mad and they are crazy. And they should shut up. And they should never attack.
So they are smoking something at the Anfield.
Attacking Man United, attacking Chelsea, spending money. This is rubbish. Ekitike does not deserve that kind of money. That is the same problem we've had, right? Trying to compete. And they are just doing that right now. I understand it's good to plan for dominance for longer period of time, which is what they're planning for. But spending that kind of money, and I'm also hearing again that they are not done.
Yeah.
And if Isak refused to sign a contract extension, they will get into the race. So, guys, it is 37 days. If I have my math correct, it is 37 days before the end of the window. We have not seen anything. That's why I'm not going to make a prediction so boldly. We have not seen anything. There is a long way to go before this window closes. And I expect some imaginable things will still happen. Isak will be one of them. And if that happens, honestly, let's just accept our fate and let's just give the trophy to Liverpool.
So you're saying Isak, Liverpool is going to sign Isak?
Yep.
There is a possibility.
Isak
is not signing a contract extension. He's not signing.
It might not be this season, but I don't think it was like.
But you understand? He's leaving it open, right? I also find out that he spoke to an agent in Saudi. So even if he doesn't go to Liverpool, is he opening his doors to Saudi team? I don't know. Is he going to go now? Is he going to go in January? Those are things that might happen, right? So we'll see. But I think Liverpool was already stacked and they are now stacking. So I think it puts them in the right position. Chelsea, I don't think anyone should lose sleep over them. They have this many players that are young, vibrant, and energetic. That's a good way to bring up a team so that they can rest properly. That rest strategy is what Arteta is trying to build right now. But speaking to Liverpool, I think they've done a very good business, both left and right, fullbacks. They've upgraded on that. The only chance that I think we should be looking at is how do we attack their defense. I don't know if Konate is staying. There's a talk that Real Madrid is still interested. The funny thing is that they don't care. Konate might leave, and if he leaves, they're already talking to Mike Gay. They have Mike Gay on their radar. They have Estri Konza from Aston Villa on their radar. So there will be a replacement. Van Dijk signed a renewal, is going to stay. That midfield Gravenberch, let's hope he doesn't have a good season like he did last season, so that maybe there will be a chance for us. But they are stacked. They have Gravenberch that is playing behind that defense, which I think is great for them. They have rotations to make. They have Hendo, who is still there. So they have Florian Wirtz, they have Zoboslai. Those are quick players, right? Those are strong players. They have McAllister, and I think those people are ready. Diaz, I'm hoping he leaves. But the problem is if he leaves, they're already also thinking about Rodrigo. So you can see what Liverpool is trying to do. Diaz, I found out that he's actually an underrated player. He's not earning a lot. His salary is not up to 100K, which shocked me. I was really, really shocked to find. Yeah.
Really?
really shocked to there. Mason Mount ends as close to like 300 at Man United. Luis Diaz is not up to 100k. If my information is right, that doesn't
That's
make
actually crazy.
Biodun,
That's why,
Biodun.
yeah. So you see
That's
the
funny.
problem. Yeah,
Mount,
so
wow.
Luis Diaz is strong if he stays, and if he leaves, they're going to replace him, and that brings the conversation back to Isak for them because they can get people out and bring people in, right? Remember, Gakpo is still there, right? They can decide to keep Nunes or let Nunes go and make money with that. A lot of clubs will jump on Nunes, but going back to the conversation around Jackson, I don't blame Chelsea. Why? Because Kuna Umbuemo, do they worth 70 million? That's the question we should ask ourselves.
Thank you.
Those people are going for that, right? I think the shrewd business Arsenal has done is getting Gyökeres for that money. Because I think in Europe right now, that's one of the hottest striker. And for Arsenal to get that kind of a deal, I actually have a feeling that they are saving to give us another signing, which I'm dreaming. I hope it comes to pass. We've never seen that in decades. But I hope Better has been able to save money on Gyökeres to spend money again, maybe Eze or somebody. Because getting Gyökeres for that money and somebody's buying a ticket for that amount, it doesn't make sense. One last thing I will say, and I will shut up. I want to hear from you guys. What is going on with Sesko? The guy was going to ask us for 80 million, 90 million. Now he's gone quiet. And I'm hearing that his agent wants to take 60 million. What's going on with Sesko?
Nothing is going on with Sesko. I think
I heard about Manu.
I think Sesko is probably now regretting, not going to Arsenal or choosing, for them not going to Arsenal, basically, like not wanting to negotiate with
The
Arsenal.
money has dropped
At a lower
That's what
price.
I'm telling you. So
yeah, because if you look at it, like I said,
it's only EPL teams that they shake us for money.
When we talked about who would rather sign now, whether to sign Sesko or Gyökeres, the answer was Gyökeres, right? Because the team is at a point where they need to win, or they're at a point where the team is almost complete. Right, and Sesko is a player who scored. We know his potential, but he only scored 13 league goals last season. And why am I paying 100 million for that? Ekitike's level.
And Ayo, that tells me that you don't pay for potential. And I agree with Charles. You pay for what you've seen, what's been delivered. You don't pay for potential. Exactly. I will not pay for potential. I need to know that you've done the job before you can do it again.
So that's not the way things work now, because again, these players are seen as assets. You're looking at where their valuation can go.
That's Chelsea's strategy.
That's Chelsea's strategy,
and it's working, isn't it? But let me just add something to what Biodun is saying. Biodun, I agree with you on the whole Liverpool thing. But what the rumors I heard is Liverpool want Rodrigo, Isak, and Gordon. I don't know if they want all three or one of the three.
Yeah,
the
Isak to replace
Luis
Diaz
a week.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's to replace Luis Diaz.
Isak wants 300k a week to stay at Newcastle. Now, okay. I don't know if we'll get that from Liverpool, but with the way Liverpool is spending money, probably will happen. But I agree with you. But I also don't think Luis Diaz is going to leave, because Luis Diaz was supposed to go to backup, but they signed Rashford.
No,
so that probably will not happen.
Bayern Munich.
Oh, Bayern Munich. Okay.
Yeah, Bayern Munich, they don't pay much as well, right? Right? These are clubs that they are funded by the fans.
But they paid 100 million for her. How much did they pay for Harry Kane? They paid for Harry Kane.
That was one season. They don't do that quite often.
Agreed.
Yeah. But let's just hope Liverpool. I mean, if they get Rodrigo, Gordon, or Isak, and they
will not get any one of them. We should all forget the league if they do.
I have a question for Yoni, though, based on something Yoni said, but let's move on. I'll save it to the end.
Yeah, we won't cover City because I think we've covered the transfers in the past. Vernipen is a new one that has come in. You guys watch out for him, but we'll cover that on another day. Let's go on to Manchester United, because we did bring up the point of, are these players worth the amount that they're costing? Brandon Mbeumo was one that took them a while to conclude, but it's confirmed now. They paid 70 million. They paid 60 million for Cunha. We've seen Man U pay big money for players in the past and regret it. We've seen them pay for Sancho. We've seen them pay for Mounds. We've seen, who else have they signed? Big money players. Do you guys think Mbeumo and Cunha are worth these tons of money? I'll start with you, DJ Roy, and then I'll take your opinion as well, Yoni.
Man U.
Manchester United.
They are favorites, by the way, if you ask me. So.
Favorites at what?
If you're a winner.
to win the league.
Stop it.
I mean,
So,
they're one of those teams. They're one of those
Yeah,
teams that Arteta is probably counting. You know, Manchester United are back.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, again, I think you guys said you're going to pay for potential or pay for what
What they've done.
you've done. I mean, Cunha and Bueno. I mean, I guess they've proven themselves to be
19
goal
goals, 20.
scorers,
Yeah.
to be goal scorers in EPL. I mean, and that's what they paid for. So, good luck to them. I mean, I don't see how it works out for Man U because I think they keep trying to fix, and as opposed to kind of like building up. So I don't think they're going far this season at all.
Okay.
But good luck to them.
Ioni, what do you think? And do you think Manchester United are now maybe contenders back for the top 4 after these 2 signings?
Absolutely not. Man U is one of those teams that needs a complete overhaul. And yes, I think Cunha and Mbemo are upgrades to what they have. And I don't think they are in any position to negotiate those
So
prices.
they're worth the money.
They're worth the money for what Man U is capable of negotiating right now. I don't think they're in a position to negotiate. Like if this was City, Arsenal, Liverpool, they can walk away from the deals because they have other options that they can bring in. That you are in a better negotiating power. They're not. They can only bring certain type of players right now that cannot be taken by the favorites in the league, right? And so when that's your negotiating power, you are at a disadvantage. Having said that, like I said, they need way more than just 2 attacking players for them to actually make any credible strides this season. I don't see them top 4. I think they will struggle even top 8. I don't think they're anywhere near where they need to be.
Let's bring up the Manchester United squad while we're looking at it.
Yeah, please bring it up because I was just typing in the chat. I actually think they have players in terms of quantity, 22 to 25. Now, if those players are real quality, is what I cannot defend. But if you look at it, they are players that are coming back from injuries, right? And if the coach can get them back, remember they signed all these deletes, Mazarawi, they signed them last season.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is
Martinez
going to be
was
their
out
second
injured.
season, right?
Last
They
year,
got
Dogu.
They got Aiden Irving from Arsenal, who is a young player. He's also in their defense, right? They have Martinez returning from injury.
Yeah.
They have the GOAT, guys. They have the GOAT.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Right? They have Lenny Yero.
Anthony's
Right?
back.
So, no, Anthony's not training. No. Anthony's not even bad. He's not allowed to train. So
No, he's back.
again, I understand what you guys are talking. Also remember that they are not taking WAEC, they are taking NECO, right? So these guys are not taking other exams. They're taking the easier exams.
They're not playing in Champions League. Yeah.
They're not playing in Europe. They're only playing FA Cup, Carabao, and EPL, right? And with these players, if they stay fit and they deliver, they have a chance to make top 8, top 9. And I'll tell you why. The people that pushed them back last season, and that's why I kept asking those questions on the chat, were things like Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham, Aston Villa coming up. I'm looking at the businesses that these teams are doing, and they're not doing anything. Before Brighton will bring these boys. I'm tracking them. I'm still tracking them. They're selling, but I don't know if they are bringing these boys from South America and Africa that they used to bring, like Baleba, right? So I don't know if Brighton will
Brighton is making signings. I'll bring them up, but keep going.
Exactly. So I don't know if Brighton will be difficult for teams like even including Arsenal this season. Brentford was tough for everybody. Brentford had lost key players. Nogard, Mbeumo, Thomas Frank, now Wissa might leave. So Brentford might not be a problem. Bournemouth, the same thing. Thank God for them keeping Semedo that signed a 5-year extension, right? So even Bournemouth is not going to be as strong as they were last season. So that might give Man U some chance to come up. That's just my opinion. But again, I'm going to wait for the first few games to start and show how things will go.
Didn't they finish? What did they finish? 19 or 17?
15.
15? So
Man
I mean,
U? Yeah.
you can only come
can only
up
go up.
from
Yeah.
that position, but
Yeah.
but at least top six. There are 6 teams.
No, they won't make top 6. I don't think they will make top.
That's
6.
what I'm saying. There are 6 teams that we can clearly agree are better than Man U right now. And then so yeah, they could make their
Yoni,
way
where
into
do you
top
see
8.
Aston Villa finishing this season?
Villa?
Yes.
6.
You sure about that? They're not doing any business, and I'm worried for them.
Yeah, but they already had a good team.
But
Good team. They're going to lose Martinez. They're going to lose Martinez.
It's not done yet. We don't know that
so
yet.
Yoni, I think they're going to lose Martinez. The players, remember that they got 3
If they
players
lose
on
him,
loan.
then they bring somebody in.
Yoni, remember they brought 3 players on loan to finish where they finished last season.
They'll go back and get players on loan.
Rashford, and somebody else that are missing. Those players are not returning. So
they'll go back there and
was that?
They'll go back and get players on loan. I mean, like
I said, it's still 37 there about days to go. But so far,
but based on where they are right now, what they've gotten right now, do you think they'll finish top 6? Man U looks stronger.
I don't think so.
Man U looks stronger to me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if Man U finish in top 6, I won't be surprised. Because at the end of the day, Biodun brought a point earlier about Man U having 22, 25 players. They have the quantity. Do they have the quality? We know they have the quality. Will the quality show up? They have like Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes.
Weren't those players there last year?
I think after bringing in Cunha and Mbeumo, I think those are serious upgrades to their attack.
So
those two are serious upgrades to their attack.
The factor for Man U is the coach. If the coach gets it right, I won't be surprised if they finish in top 6. I actually won't be surprised.
Johnny, when you see Cunha and Mbeumo playing in front of Bruno Fernandes, is that not a good?
It is. That's why I said those 2 are upgrades for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure, big upgrade.
I just don't think their midfield, for example.
Yeah, because they don't have backups. They don't have backups. So always know that.
Yeah, they don't have backups. Midfield is not all that. I mean,
but again, as pointed out, they're only playing in the league. They're not playing in Europe.
Exactly.
So they don't really need big backups.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, there's Amad Diallo on a good day is a baller.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes behind Cunha and Mbeumo. Let's face facts. The likes of Casemiro can show up. You understand? Malasia.
He doesn't need to do much this time around.
Kobe Meno can.
Wait. So you guys are talking. You're so focused on offense, right? I mean, yeah, okay, fine. They're scary attack, right? But what about their midfield, like and their defense?
They have nothing to worry about.
I think they figured out the midfield and the defense towards the end of last season.
Yeah, their defense are getting better. They have players that are coming back from injury. That's what I'm saying. They have Maguire, they have Delete, they have Martinez, they have Leniero, they have Aiden from Arsenal that they bought. So,
and maybe Onana will show the Onana they bought. If Onana steps up and becomes Onana they paid for.
Are you joking, Charles?
No, I said if. I'm actually very serious. There was an Onana they paid for. We've not seen him so far. If that Onana shows up for one reason or the other, maybe they'll be fine in defense. Because in my opinion, all this Aiden, Maguire, their defense was Onana. To me, the problem with the defense was Onana. On a good day, Onana was not doing the basic job of shot stopping. If it becomes who they paid for, I think Man U has a chance. Now, not top 6. That's what I'm giving them.
I see what you're doing there, Ayo. Looking at what squad played in that 4-1.
Yeah.
Well,
man, Ugarte is there. So.
They have Ugarte.
Yeah, it's up. It's up to
they had Eriksen.
Eriksen is gone now, I think.
Yeah, Eriksen
is gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's still 37 there, about days to go.
Yep.
This will still happen.
I honestly think also, and maybe we can pivot to coaching and style. I would put my money on Emery over Amorim.
Yes.
Really?
Regardless of the players that they have right now.
I'm going to start what you said, and we're going to come back to that conversation. I strongly believe that unless Villa make a very good business by end of this window, I am picking Man United above Villa.
Let me ask you something, Biodun. When you say Villa make a good business decision, where do you think Villa needs strengthening the most?
I actually think Watkins alone cannot carry them anymore.
So they need Jackson.
I actually think Watkins is like this now.
If they get Jackson, What do you think?
They are not interested. You're trying to sell your player, but I don't think they're interested.
We can give them on loan. We can loan them.
Making living on podcast now. You
It's
guys are
surprising
marketing
that
players.
we hear Nicolas Jackson to Aston Villa. Here we go.
No year we go for.
Are they paying you guys to market your players on podcast now too?
It's part of the agreement we have with Chelsea.
We are an extension of Todd Bowley. Don't worry.
You know now.
Can
Alright,
I say something?
I-
Just I don't know what you guys think, but
Yeah, go ahead. You only 30 seconds, and then we'll.
sure.
We'll
I
wrap
was
up.
just going to say for Liverpool, we talked about Ekitike and all that stuff. For me, I actually was surprised they went for somebody who is young and yet to be proven at this level, when they actually should have gotten somebody with experience. They lost Jota, right? And Nunes, they don't trust him to be that leading striker game in, game out, for good reason. And so I would have thought, if you're going to sell Nunes especially, and you want to bring Ekitike, but then you need someone like maybe Watkins. So I was surprised they didn't go for somebody who is prem proven, who you can rely. Sort of basically what Jota was doing when they needed a goal. He would come in, and you're almost assured you have a better.
There's a but to it, Yoni. Remember, we said earlier 2 things. There's still 37 days to go, and Liverpool is still mud for Rodrigo, Isak, and Gordon. They get just one of those 3.
Nobody. They're not getting any of them.
Amen.
Amen.
Fair. I'm on your side for that one.
All right. So I think last topic, and then we'll close out. Rashford to Barcelona, since we're talking about Man U. What do you guys make of the loan signing? So I think that closes out the Luis Diaz to Barcelona rumors, because he's been signed for the left wing. But what do you guys make of it? There's talk of, does he deserve it? Is he worthy of Barcelona? Is he good enough for Barcelona? I'll just open the floor.
It doesn't matter. I mean, whether he's worthy or deserving of Barcelona, who cares? I mean, Barcelona came for him, and and he's going there. I think he's gonna score a lot of goals in La Liga. I mean, if Rafinha can do it, Rashford would do it even more. So I'm happy for him, and I think he's gonna flourish if he doesn't lose focus, obviously.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when clubs buy players, people say, "Oh, the player is coming to improve the club." I think this deal is more for Rashford than it is for Barcelona. I think Rashford needed Barcelona more than Barcelona needed Rashford, in my opinion. And if like Roy said, if Rashford can stay focused, the sky's the limit, because all eyes are on him in Barcelona. He's playing in the Champions League. He's going to play in the league, in a top league. If he can stay focused, the sky's the limit. So I think
I hear he took a 15% pay cut.
Yeah, I
to
heard
make the
that
deal
too.
happen.
You did.
Yeah, I personally think this is his last chance
Betting on himself, yeah.
in his career, because he's been the whole emotional roller coaster with Rashford has been going on for a long time with different coaches. So if he can make it work in Barca, sweet. If he can't, because on a good day, I was telling you, just wrap this up. On a good day, when Rashford is happy, Rashford gives almost CR7 level performance. Almost. That's the keyword.
Leave CR7 out of this, Charles.
And he's not happy. He doesn't even play as well as
Biodun took an exception to that.
Personally, for me, I'm actually getting tired of the Rashford hate. The guy, he's a good player.
Yeah.
He's had some up and downs, and maybe with Amorim it just didn't work out for whatever reason. He doesn't come across, when you see him, as a player with an attitude. I don't know what it is, what goes on behind the scenes, but at least when you see him in public, he doesn't come across as such. And we've seen him play really, really well when under certain managers that actually cater for his abilities. Having said that, I watched an interview recently where somebody was slagging him off, going, "Oh, he's driving Rolls Royce, or he doesn't deserve this kind of a transfer." And I was thinking, if that was instead of Rashford, if that was what's that drunk kid at City?
Grealish.
Grealish. If that was Grealish going to Barcelona, they would say, maybe now he will rediscover, or maybe it would. Do you know what I mean?
The story might be different.
We know what that is. All right.
I know. I'm just not bluntly saying it, but we know what it is. And that pissed me off. And so for him, I'm glad he's found an out from Man U.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think I agree with Bola here. I think he will score goals there. He has all the supporting cast behind him. There's no pressure for him to perform day in, day out. There's Rafinha in that position to begin with. I think he will do well. And the fact that he really, really wanted to go there and he was not opening doors for anybody else, that will serve him right as well, I think. And I really hope he does well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah. So you guys know I criticized him for my own, but that video.
You criticize everybody.
No. I don't. I criticize people if needed. I take criticism too. So I don't know what you're talking about. You'll be all right. I've criticized Rashford, and my own point is that I'm glad he's getting a season-long loan so that everybody can see. My problem with Rashford is because that Aston Villa, I know you guys said we did well, bro. That's like 5 or 6 months. I'm not gonna. I want a full season picture. Yeah. Let him go prove himself in a full season.
Yeah.
Rashford, for me, this is where I criticized him. You cannot be the top earner in Man United and not be one of their
not deliver.
That I will not accept, and I will continue to criticize him for. He was a top earner, and I think he should have given more for that club. Sure. Right? Bruno Fernandes is a toxic player, but he helped that club, even with his own bad attitude, even with the bad situation that Man United was. Rashford should have been one of those players lifting that club out of their predicament. He ran away from that challenge. So I don't know why he's running away from that challenge and going elsewhere to basically challenge himself. But good for him. He got the transfer he wanted. Good luck. I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to watch him. I just think he was lazy at Man United towards the end of his exit. And I don't appreciate that for a 350k player. You can.
But do you guys think this move is make or mar on his career?
It is.
He's
because he's trying to get back
so
into national team for World Cup as well.
This
is the most important. This is a very important thing for him. The problem I've been saying things like this is to help Rafinha recover. I don't know if he's cool with that. I don't know if that's the case. Is he going to be happy to be a bench player? He needs playing time. He needs to play.
Rafinha can play in the midfield now, attacking midfield.
Yeah, I mean Lewandowski is getting older, so maybe they'll bring Rafinha to the middle and put.
Yeah, he might be a backup for Leo as well. Rashford can play as a 9 as well.
I can too. Yeah. They'll figure it out.
All right, awesome. I think we've covered everything. Good conversation again, as always, guys. And for those of you that have been with us, if you have not yet subscribed, please click it. I don't know what DJ is doing. He's like pointing to a virtual background, like emptiness.
Yes. He's showing us what we want.
See you guys again next week.
World champions. Show them. These are the world champions.
I still don't see. No.
Arsenal
won a trophy today. I mean, it's just a summer trophy.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Since we counting all trophies.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yoni, I'm going to ask you a question offline, but I have a question for you. You're offline.
Without your phone, right?
Later.